and gentlemen, the DCP team led by Rigathi Gachagua through Cleophas Malala, they have publicly announced that Rigathi Gachagua is going to arrive on Thursday, 12 noon.
Thursday at 12 noon will be the return of our general, our beloved party leader, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua.
And they've gone ahead to announce to the fans or supporters on the route that Riggy will be using the moment he touches down at JKIA. They have stated it categorically that the supporters of Riggy will receive him at JKIA. Then they will proceed to the Nairobi Central Business District. After that, they will progress to Kamkunji grounds, where Riggy is going to make maybe a public address. Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak today, most people know that the DCP party has alleged that there are plans for Rigathi Gachagua to be arrested the moment he touches down at JKIA. They have also alleged that their plane might be diverted from landing at JKIA to parts like Kisumu or even Mombasa. Ladies and gentlemen, we also know that there might be attempts by the government to stop any assembly of any crowd at any point in the Nairobi city. And there could also be attempts to stop anyone from accessing the JKIA. Ladies and gentlemen, we know this government. During the protests by the Gen Zs, you saw how Thika Road was blocked. You saw how Wayakwe was stopped. We saw the barbed wire that was around parliament buildings or maybe key buildings in the country. So they have the ability to stop crowds from going to JKIA or even congregating somewhere to receive Rigathi Gachagua. So in a nutshell, they can stop the crowd from even getting to the CBD if they manage to congregate at the airport, showing clearly that there are attempts by the government that can make Riggy's plan not to be very successful at all. Kills, tear gas, right, left, and center. But I know Riggy is a very smart politician, and all these things he has said, might not even happen. And according to me, if I was given the chance to tell him what to do, he would have just touched down at JKIA, take a chopper if possible, all the way to Ominyoro or even Karen. Why am I saying so? As we speak today, the type of ruthlessness that we see in the protests, Riggy should not undergo that. Not because he's afraid. No. Because of the role he's playing right now in the country of opposition. You never know the chemicals in the tear gas. You never know what you are going to inhale. So therefore, it is not ideal for him to subject himself to any form of danger as we speak today. If it's an arrest, let it occur from his home or at the airport, immediately touches down. But going to the streets, personally, I feel it's not the right thing. And I know Riggy, being a very smart politician, some of these things is able to evade. Assuming that all the plans of government fail, then Riggy touches down at JKIA, proceeds to CBD, then finally to Kamkunji to address the crowd. What could be the objectives of Rigathi Gachagua as far as this route is concerned? That is what I want to highlight here on this particular video. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mokwa Times, take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Without much wasting of time, allow me dive into this topic here today without much wasting of time. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the objectives that Rigathi Gachagua has? Number one is to create a perception of popularity. If he manages to assemble a huge crowd at JKIA, progress with them to CBD, eventually go address them at Kamkunji grounds, I'm very sure by the time he will be at Kamkunji grounds, he'll be having hundreds of thousands of people with him. A very clear indication that Rigathi Gachagua shall have proven to be among the most popular politicians in the country. And if that happens, Remember, Rigathi Gachagua has not held any huge rally in Nairobi as such. And I think after the Nairobi rally at Nakuru, a clear indication that is now creating a certain popularity perception which might take William Ruto very early in the morning. It might demoralize him a lot, demoralize his supporters, and rejuvenate the opposition immensely. So his target, by asking people to receive him, take him to CBD, eventually to Kamkunji grounds, is to first create the perception of among the most popular leaders in the country. That is number one. Number two, having the people is power. So it's also going to create a perception that he is among the most powerful, just like Raila Amolo Odinga has been. Where you cannot just plan to arrest. You cannot not even say you're going to arrest him. Another thing that Rigathi Gachagua is targeting, ladies and gentlemen, it is to also create a perception on that it cannot be stopped. In that, if you enter CBD, something that the Gen Zs could not do, something that Raila Amolo Odinga was not able to do that easily, then he shall have proven and confirmed to be very powerful. What do I mean by this? Accessing CBD is very important. In a demonstration, it's very important because CBD is where everything takes place. So if you access it with your crowd, address people there, then there's a big and huge statement you're making. As far as the opposition is concerned, if Rigathi G's plan becomes successful, it will be the official opposition leader in the country as we speak. Because he shall have done something that nobody will do in the opposition. And the perception that he will have created will eventually weaken most of the opposition leaders. So therefore, his also plan is to stamp his authority within the opposition faction in relation to decision making and the political activities. Another thing that, ladies and gentlemen, that Rigathi Gachagua is targeting is to also rejuvenate the opposition. If it touches down, a lot is expected, even if an arrest occurs. Even if he manages to successfully conduct his rally at Kamkunji, there's one thing that comes out there. Opposition is back, and that William Ruto must be ready. And I'm telling you, if they arrest him, the opposition leaders will start talking. Matiang'i has already started telling people, you cannot arrest Rigathi for what he has just said, for what he has been saying outside there. There's nothing illegal that he has done. So if that happens, then opposition energy will get back and even rise above what you expect. So therefore, the plan is also to rejuvenate the opposition. Last but not least, Raila Amolo Odinga in Sabasaba alleged that he was going to organize a rally at Kamkunji, but he failed. But there were allegations that probably he knew very well he could not get the crowd the way he had expected. So he diverted his energy to a press conference at Serena. A clear indication that if Rigathi Gachagua manages to assemble people at Kamkunji, address them, what I know, the crowd will be so big. Secondly, you will have disapproved Raila Amolo Odinga that I am better than you now, and that I'm the most powerful politician now in the opposition. I don't know what is your take, ladies and gentlemen, but that's what I feel as far as Rigath's route is concerned. I don't know, but you can share with me in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.